Thank you for joining us today as we discuss Enable's Backup Manager solution. One of the primary responsibilities of any and all IT groups is the guardianship of the data used in their organization for its daily operations. A significant aspect of this responsibility is providing the appropriate backup and restore capability for that data to meet the retention needs of the organization and, importantly, the time to recover in order to maintain your service level agreements with your customers. Let's take a quick look at today's agenda. Today we'll be providing a brief overview of the backup and replication market, followed by an introduction to CA's innovative disk-to-disk backup and recovery solution, its unique capabilities and benefits, and finally we'll wrap up with a commonly asked questions discussion. But first, some quick introductions. Presenting with me today is Frank Jablonski, CA's Director of Product Marketing for the disk-to-disk backup and recovery solution, and myself, Robert Grapes, the Director of Product Management and Marketing here at Enable Technologies. The data backup and recovery market remains extremely hot. The continuing expansion of corporate and individual data is driving a $3.6 billion per year market with a 5.2% growth rate. The data replication market is also beginning to grow rapidly, especially with the advent of private and public cloud-based offerings. Recognizing the need for an integrated, centrally managed backup and recovery solution, Enable and CA have partnered to deliver CA's D2D solution as a managed component of the N-Central Remote Monitoring and Management Automation platform. A recent industry poll of the small to medium-sized business marketplace found that the primary reason for adopting a backup solution is, not surprisingly, the ability to improve disaster recovery preparedness. Quite impressively, the ability to backup and restore virtual environments is the second reason for purchases of new backup solutions. Some additional reasons include the reduction of storage space being consumed, the associated costs, and leveraging deduplication technology. We can move away from legacy-based tape systems and the desire to start backing up distributed data, even in remote offices. It was found that 47% of small to medium-sized business don't perform backups at all, even though they've said that they've lost data in the past and that loss has been linked to lost revenue as well. 94% said they plan to make significant changes in the next 12 months. In these same polls, it's been found that companies are now struggling to complete their backup cycles due to the amount of data they're processing and storing. This data growth is expected to continue. Even Gartner Group has stated that data is expected to double every 18 months. As new applications are brought online to help the business compete in today's fast-paced market, the backup solutions need to keep pace and provide full coverage of not only the data, but the application itself. Requiring multiple passes to restore the application and its data, as well as the underlying operating system, is a potential stumbling block for many of today's backup solutions. Of concern is the fact that some organizations, as much as 70% of their data, is residing outside of the main corporate office today. This presents a challenge for IT groups attempting to manage remote backups and provide full data coverage. IT groups today are looking for backup solutions that help meet and manage these challenges so they can be successful in their jobs. So with that, I'd like to introduce you to Frank Jablonski, who'll take you through the product overview of CA's disk-to-disk backup and recovery solution. Frank?
Thanks, Robert. So, for IT managers, downtime can turn into find a new job time. So being able to recover quickly is a key to your success. CA ArcServe D2D is a disk-based backup product designed to provide the perfect combination of fast, simple, and reliable protection and recovery for all of your business information. CA ArcServe D2D gives you more control over your changing infrastructure, applications, and data through a set-it-and-forget-it solution that makes protecting and recovering your data a snap. The single snapshot backup allows you to restore files, volumes, applications, or the entire system to any server in your physical and virtual environments. Meet your internal SLAs for recovery time and save money with the only product that has bare metal restore to dissimilar hardware and block-level infinite incremental backups in one complete package. Now, these new I-squared backup technology means you only need to perform one full backup with incremental only from then on, saving time and storage space over other backup products. Infinite incremental or I-squared backups refer to the function of performing an initial full backup and incremental backups from then on to eliminate the need for another full backup. So today we're going to discuss protecting virtualized servers, the use of block-level infinite incremental snapshots to protect your data, and the ability to restore 4 different ways all from a single pass snapshot backup. We will cover bare metal restore to dissimilar hardware and discuss how you can achieve application-consistent snapshot backups for fast application recovery. We will go over the point-in-time backup view that lets you select recovery points when doing a restore, and how you can do backups as frequently as every 15 minutes if you need that level of data protection. We will discuss the dynamic documentation feature and how that makes sure you have access to the latest manuals and helpful information on CA ArcServe D2D. Finally, we will cover not only protecting your virtualized servers along with your physical servers, but we will go over how you can use CA ArcServe D2D to easily and reliably migrate your physical servers to virtual servers. Now, what if you could ensure that your applications were being backed up in a consistent state each time? CA ArcServe D2D uses application-consistent snapshot backups to ensure that the application is being properly quiesced and backed up from a consistent state for rapid application recovery. Recovering an application from a consistent backup state eliminates the need for the application to run a consistency check when it restarts. Now, a consistency check could take hours to complete depending on the size of the application database. Eliminating this step provides much faster access to the application data, resulting in reduced downtime, increased productivity, and meeting your recovery time objectives. Now, what if you could use a new technology that let you perform a single full backup and then incremental backups from that point forward? Well, like data deduplication, this patent-pending technology uses less storage space, performs backups faster, and puts less of a load on your production servers. Disk-to-disk backups are based on CA's block-level I-squared technology that has been designed to intelligently manage backing up only blocks of data that have changed since the last backup and presenting a consolidated point-in-time view of the protected volume for multiple recovery types. The result is that you can back up more frequently, providing greater recovery point objectives while saving on disk space for backups, reducing network traffic, and reducing any impact of backup on your production server. Now, CA ArcServe D2D performs that block-level infinite incremental snapshot backup that, after an initial full backup, captures just the changes since the last backup. It keeps the number of recovery points consistent by merging the earliest incremental into the full backup to make room for the next incremental backup. This ensures that you have a full set of recovery points to select from should a recovery be needed. It also means never having to perform another full backup on that server, which further reduces the disk space needed to store your backups. As you can see in the chart on the left, CA ArcServe D2D was designed to use less disk space than traditional backup technologies. The traditional technologies cannot merge backup recovery points, resulting in the need to periodically perform a full backup. Deletion of a full backup is often required to free up disk space for new backups. But besides requiring administration intervention with this process, it also removes all the incremental recovery points along with the full backup, resulting in reduced recovery points should an outage occur. It will also inherently require more disk space to store your backups, resulting in greater storage costs. CA commissioned network testing labs in Atlanta to perform comparative testing with CA ArcServe D2D and Symantec's Backup Exec System Recovery product. Now, this chart contrasts the time that CA ArcServe D2D and Symantec Backup Exec System Recovery each took, on average, to do system copy restore operations over a simulated 1-month time period. So according to the network testing labs, CA ArcServe D2D was nearly 70% faster than Symantec, with ArcServe D2D needing only 14.8 minutes for a system copy. But Symantec Backup Exec System Recovery required a full 25 minutes. Even more impressive, the CA ArcServe D2D restore operation took only 18.2 minutes compared to Symantec's Backup Exec System Recovery's 39.6 minutes. Now, less wait time for a data recovery operation gets your organization back to work quickly. CA also commissioned network testing labs to compare CA ArcServe D2D with Acronis Backup and Recovery. According to the National Network Testing Labs, this chart contrasts the time that CA ArcServe D2D and Acronis Backup and Recovery, both with and without deduplication turned on, each took, on average, to do system copy restore operations over a simulated 1-month time period. They note that Acronis' deduplication feature is a separately licensed option here. Now, clearly, synthetic full backup made ArcServe D2D much quicker, with ArcServe D2D needing only 14.8 minutes for a system copy. Backup and recovery with deduplication needed 18.4 minutes to move the same data. Similarly, an ArcServe D2D restore operation took only 18.2 minutes, while Acronis Backup and Recovery with deduplication took 26 minutes. Now, without deduplication, Acronis Backup and Recovery labored for 23 minutes and 34 minutes, respectively, to copy and restore the data. The NTL report also revealed that CA ArcServe D2D backups consumed far less disk space than Symantec Backup Exec System Recovery. As shown in the chart on the left, after 4 weeks of simulated backup copies of multiple servers and clients, CA ArcServe D2D needed 122 gigabytes to store a full backup plus a series of incremental backups, while Symantec's Backup Exec System Recovery required 890 gigabytes. CA ArcServe D2D's infinite incremental technology gave another significant advantage because it didn't have to copy gigabytes and gigabytes of data to make periodic full backups. CA ArcServe D2D used far less network bandwidth. ArcServe D2D recreated the full backups from its store of incremental backups. The chart on the right graphically illustrates the bandwidth requirements of ArcServe D2D and Symantec's Backup Exec System Recovery. Backup Exec System Recovery consumed 51 megabytes per second of bandwidth to do the same work that ArcServe D2D used only 14 megabytes per second to accomplish. The left chart illustrates how ArcServe D2D used considerably less disk space than Acronis' Backup and Recovery, both with and without Acronis' deduplication feature in place, which is a separately licensed option. After just 4 weeks of simulated backups of multiple servers and clients, ArcServe D2D used just 122 gigabytes to store a full backup plus incrementals. But Acronis' Backup and Recovery needed 378 gigabytes. Now, without deduplication, Acronis' Backup and Recovery ate up a whopping 1,209 gigabytes of storage. The chart on the right graphically depicts the bandwidth requirements. Acronis' Backup and Recovery consumed 23 megabytes per second of bandwidth to do the same work that CA ArcServe D2D needed only 14 megabytes per second to accomplish. Now, what if you could perform a single backup and then recover files and folders or an entire volume or an application database, or perform a complete system restore using bare metal recovery, meeting all your recovery needs from a single pass backup? Well, CA ArcServe D2D provides the ability to rapidly restore files, volumes, databases, or the entire system to any server in both physical and virtual environments from a single pass backup. One snapshot helps ensure recovery of the data in the most efficient manner. You will appreciate the flexibility of restoring your data with the fastest method based on your particular outage or data loss. CA ArcServe D2D makes it simple with a single pass backup, so no matter what happens, you can quickly recover your data or your entire system. CA ArcServe D2D allows you to search for individual files or browse by recovery points to select the file or folder to restore. The user interface makes it very easy to quickly find the file you are looking for and restore it. The flexibility built into CA ArcServe D2D allows you to restore the file to the original location or to any location you want from wherever you have access to the Internet. Now, what if you could see a complete picture of the server disk at any recovery point without having to install a full backup and then a series of incremental backups to reach a given point in time? Well, CA ArcServe D2D provides a full point-in-time view of the disk for rapid recovery of files, folders, volumes, and databases. CA ArcServe D2D uses a single full backup and a series of incremental backups to protect your server. When you perform a recovery, you can look for the data based on when the backup was done. This results in CA ArcServe D2D presenting a full point-in-time view of the disk to you to select the files, volumes, or application databases for your recovery. You no longer have to install the full backup and then add the incremental backups like traditional backup applications. All you need to do is select a recovery point, and CA ArcServe D2D shows you exactly what the disk looked like at that point in time, and you can quickly recover from that image, saving time and improving reliability. CA ArcServe D2D provides the ability to rapidly restore application databases to the original location in both physical and virtual environments. This helps to provide the fastest application restore available after an outage, resulting in less work for IT and less downtime for the application users. CA ArcServe D2D provides the ability to rapidly restore an entire volume to any server in both physical and virtual environments. You can search by recovery points, select the version of the volume you want to restore, and copy it to the original location or to an alternate location. Since this is a complete picture of the volume at a given point in time, CA ArcServe D2D will restore all applications and data exactly as they originally resided on the disk, providing a very fast application recovery point. Now, what if you could recover a crashed server in minutes to the same or dissimilar hardware? CA ArcServe D2D bare metal recovery offers a lightning-fast way to recover a crashed server to the same or dissimilar hardware. It simply paints the picture of the original drive back onto the new drive and restarts the system, reducing a process that can potentially take as long as 36 hours to just minutes. Now, as we just mentioned in the previous slide, CA ArcServe D2D's single-pass backup makes it possible to recover the data to the existing server, to another server in your environment, or at another location, or to a virtualized server. Full recovery flexibility like this is key for you, as it helps you to be prepared for the many different types of outages that can occur. Now, what if you could back up your server more often without negatively impacting the users? CA ArcServe D2D can perform backups as frequently as every 15 minutes, resulting in greater levels of protection and higher recovery point objectives. High-frequency backups are possible because of CA's new patent-pending I2 technology. This means that you can increase the frequency of backups and minimize the risk for data loss without causing a performance slowdown for your users. Now, what if you always had instant access to all the latest product documentation, regardless of how long ago you installed your application? CA ArcServe D2D includes dynamic documentation with a Web 2.0 interface to provide documentation updates proactively delivered to your desktop. Fast and easy access to the latest product documentation pushed to you via the CA ArcServe D2D user interface ensures that you always have the latest information, including tips and tricks to help you to be successful and quickly answer your questions. Now, to quote that National Testing Labs report, ArcServe D2D's user interface was not only more responsive than Backup Exec's, it was far easier to understand and navigate. Configuring Backup Exec System Recovery to use Microsoft VSS to create snapshot backups rather than their proprietary default methodology is a perfect example. The option is buried several levels deep in the Backup Exec System Recovery user interface. ArcServe D2D's Web 2.0 interface gave us the ability to remotely access all our protected servers, change configuration settings, check the status of our backups and restores, initiate backup jobs, and launch remote recoveries, all via the Internet. It provides real-time access to the latest documentation updates, invaluable technical data, helpful tips, and online user communities. CA ArcServe D2D is so easy to use that, if your corporate policies permit, end users can perform their own file restorations, thus saving administrators considerable time. Administrators can focus on more critical, more global problem solving and management. Now, what if you could protect your virtual servers with the same product that you use to protect your physical servers? Well, CA ArcServe D2D provides a single user interface to help protect virtual servers as well as physical servers, saving training time and simplifying operations. Block-level infinite incremental technology helps reduce backup time, storage space, network usage, workload on the production servers, and recovery time for virtualized servers. According to the Network Testing Labs report, server migrations are a snap with CA ArcServe D2D's bare metal recovery technology. While Backup Exec System Recovery also offers bare metal recovery, we noted that it was slower than ArcServe D2D, and D2D was easier to use. The NTL, or Network Testing Labs study, ended by producing a report card for each product. As you can see here, CA ArcServe D2D proved to be the better choice in NTL's head-to-head comparisons. In fact, NTL stated that CA ArcServe D2D is quicker, more reliable, and less expensive than the competition, and it enjoys an insurmountable technological advantage over the competition with synthetic full backups based on CA's I2 technology. CA ArcServe D2D is a perfect fit from a first backup system to a solution that simply replaces unreliable backup systems to provide additional levels of protection. Companies that already have an installed backup system can use CA ArcServe D2D to improve their recovery time exponentially. And as part of the CA ArcServe family, companies can add functionality in a modular format to meet their changing business needs and data availability requirements.
Thanks very much, Frank. Perhaps the best way to summarize the session is by going back to some of the original customer challenges that I mentioned earlier in the presentation, and it really seems that you've addressed all of these issues with D2D. I do have some frequently asked questions about the CA D2D solution, and it seems that you've covered off most of them here, but let's spend the next couple of minutes answering some of them. The first question, can you perform bare metal recovery to the same or dissimilar physical or virtual environments?
Yes, that is the great thing about ArcServe D2D Bare Metal Restore. You can use it to recover to the same server, to a completely different server, or to a virtual server. Since the backup is stored in the VHD format, transition to a virtual server is very quick. In fact, some companies use the bare metal recovery capability in ArcServe D2D to migrate a physical server to a virtual server. It saves them lots of time and is a very reliable process and is very easy to manage.
Okay, that kind of ties into our second question. Can you switch over your email host to a DR site, say in under 10 minutes?
Yes, and that bare metal restore process can easily bring up your Exchange server in your DR site in just a few minutes.
During the presentation, you mentioned your incremental backups or your I2 technology. Can you run those incremental backups throughout the day?
Absolutely. Since the infinite incremental snapshot backup captures just the change blocks, backups are very fast and do not interrupt the users during the day.
So then I guess the last question is, how often can you run those incremental backups?
You can run those backups as frequently as every 15 minutes. Now, this is selectable in the backup setup menu, and since backups take up very little space, users can capture more recovery points throughout the day.
Great. Thanks again for your time and information today, Frank, and thanks to everyone else for listening. If you'd like to find additional information on this innovative solution, please visit us at the links provided here. We look forward to talking to you in the future, and bye for now.